Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm so excited. Today is an old school drugstore haul. I feel like I haven't done a genuinely awesome drugstore haul in forever. I can't even remember the last time. I feel like I'm just kind of sporadic, but there's so much new out. I'm sure you know if you watch YouTube videos like I do. I mean, everyone's posting hauls because tis the season of new drugstore makeup. Spring is around the corner. That's how I'm viewing it because it feels like a million miles away. But spring is around the corner. I am hopped up on caffeine, which is awesome. And let's go and get into it. I feel like I should do Danny's coffee break with me. Whee! If you haven't seen her, if you don't know about coffee break with Danny, where are you? Because she's lovely. But she always does it and it's so cute. I don't know if she does it anymore though. I feel like too many people complained. I'm like, no, forget those complainers. It was so cute. First thing, let's just start with the skincare. I've got 3 things, and I know a lot of you guys asked me about, cheaper skincare. This is my favorite cleanser of all time. I've repurchased this like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know, a million times. It's the Cerave Hydrating Cleanser. I love this stuff. When you have dry skin, your cleanser can strip your skin of the things it needs. It really can. And so this is one of those things that's so gentle, it feels like you're putting lotion all over your face and then wiping it off. And washing it off. It's amazing. If you've never tried it, I've never had a cleanser with this consistency and texture. It feels amazing and it heals my dry skin so quickly, especially paired with a good moisturizer. So I love it. If you haven't tried it and you've been looking for something hydrating, but it still cleans your skin really well, this is the answer, I'm telling you. And you know what? This lasts a while. The next thing I got is the Garnier SkinActive Micellar Makeup Removing Towelettes. I keep hearing that the Garnier Micellar water is being, a lot of people aren't buying it anymore. It's being pulled off of some shelves because there might be ingredients that are cancer causing. I don't know. I haven't really done the research yet. I've heard a lot of you guys, kind of send me some articles and stuff. But this is micellar water in a towel. I don't know what the ingredient is that they're talking about and if it's in here. So I've only used it once. I might just switch it. I don't use makeup remover wipes on my face anyway, but I was gonna use this just for swatches, so I might still do it for that and then I'm done with them. I don't know, but the packaging is so cute, the light pink. So if you look it up and this is free and clear, let me know below. The reality is it's also up in the air because I don't think anything's been conclusive yet. Last skincare item is this St. Ives Blackhead Clearing Green Tea Scrub. I snapped to you guys a long time ago about if I should buy it or not. And so many of you guys were like, yes. Some of you guys said no. Some of you guys didn't like that it had the little exfoliating beads, like really tiny ones, and that it could cause like micro tears in your skin. I've only used this once. I liked it. I don't typically exfoliate with a physical exfoliator like this more often than like once a week. So I don't worry too much about it because I don't do it very often. I don't think you'd want to use this every day. That's just my opinion. But it says it clears blackheads and calms redness. Those are 2 of the biggest problems I have. I've got redness on my cheeks all the time. And I certainly have blackheads on my nose. So excited to try it. I liked that it had green tea involved. It is a green scrub. And it does have salicylic acid in it. It's got 1%. So I'll have to get back to you guys on that. I also bought a nail polish. I feel like I never buy nail polishes. My nails are on a break right now. It's the OPI one in Kiss Me on My Tulips. And it's just a really pretty pink. Again, I'm thinking towards spring and I just wanted something bright and fun. I declutter my nail polishes just on my own all the time. I don't always film it. So I only have like 10 or 11 nail polishes. I really kind of keep it pared down because again, it's not my forte. I like painting my nails. I like having them painted, but I like to give them a break a lot. And plus I'm a teacher. I feel like I don't have time to constantly do the upkeep, but loved this color. And the OPI formula is good. I don't think you have to spend $8 to get a nail polish that'll work. I think all of the Sally Hansen ones are just as good. Even their like $2 ones. Just make sure you have a really good like base coat and top coat. I really like these are more pricey, but then you can save money and buy cheaper polishes. But the Sephora Formula X base and the primer coat and the top coat are amazing. They work so well with any nail polish. When I film these kinds of videos, I feel like it's like when I first started my channel and like this was what my whole channel was based around. Just drugstore stuff, drugstore hauls, drugstore reviews, and I still do that. I like to try and keep it at least like 50-50 with some high-end stuff splashed in, but it's just so exciting. Okay. So I am wearing on my brows this product and I will show you a demo of me applying it as I talk here. This is the Revlon Colorstay Brow Pencil and I have it in dark brown. On one side it's got this pencil, it's a retractable one, And then on the other side, it's got a nice spoolie. And I love the shape and size of the spoolie. It's so perfect. I think it's really sleek packaging. I love the gold that they have on the kind of ferrule for the spoolie. And the shape of the brow pencil is a little bit thicker than my liking, but it still works. Now here's my only gripe about this. I do feel like it's really pigmented, which is not a bad thing, but you do have to be careful because you can tend to put too much on. And then what's nice though is that the spoolie, as you're brushing through it, you can see how it just kind of will really kind of even it all out so you don't see the brush strokes as much, and kind of get rid of some of that pigmentation that might have been too much. So do I think it's the best brow pencil I've ever used? No. Do I think it's a really good one from the drugstore? Yes. And you know, there have been so many brow products from the drugstore I have absolutely hated. I feel like I'm really picky with my eyebrows, and this is one that I was like, wow, like if this were the only one I had, I could totally use this every day. Like, I like it. All right, so a lip product I'm loving. This is the Vaseline Lip Therapy from Rosy Lips. That's not what it's from. It's in the Rosy Lips shade. It literally is pink, but it has a slight rosy scent, but it's not too rosy. I think it's a good mix. Like, there's that Smith's one, the Rose Balm, I really like, but it's got an even stronger rosy scent, and it's a little bit too much for me sometimes, but I really like this. I feel like it's a kind of a similar product, and it comes open easily. I was laughing because when I had put this on Instagram or something that I was buying this, one of you guys commented something that made me laugh out loud. You said something like Vaseline in slippery Vaseline fingers with a jar like that. No thanks, because these can be so hard to open, especially if your hands are like slippery from Vaseline or something. I just thought that was so funny, but I will say the lid actually opens much more easily than other ones I've had in the past, if that makes any sense. But I just really liked it. It was just a couple bucks. I like to have it just thrown in my purse. All right, moving along. So Revlon has 3 new blushes that they're selling. And when I saw them, I was like, shoink, 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 because I haven't tried, I feel like Revlon just, I don't know, like I used to love them so much, but lately I feel like they're just not quite on the same par of like new and inventive ideas. They're always so slow behind the times, in my opinion. It's not that I don't like Revlon, because obviously I do, and that's why I got so excited when they had this new stuff. I just feel like, you know, Maybelline's constantly like all over trends. I feel like CoverGirl even is too, and Revlon's just a little bit behind the times. Now, I feel like Revlon is a, you know, they're, in my opinion, they're like a classy older woman, because they're just, they look back and see how other things do, and then they decide, okay, we'll do that too. It's a trend that stuck, or oh, that was a trend that flew by, glad we didn't waste the time. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I was excited when there were new things out. So the blush formula, it's just their Revlon, it just says Revlon Powder Blush. And I have 3 shades. This one's in Rosy Rendezvous. I've worn this one a lot this week. It's a total Jessica color, just a really simple light pink. And of course these come with the brushes. This one's in Orchid Charm. This is what I'm wearing today. And I think it looks nice. It was a little easy to get heavy-handed with these, so especially with this color, because it is a little bit brighter than I would typically wear. So you do have to use a lighter hand if you've got a skin tone like mine for this shade. And then this one I actually haven't even opened yet. So I'm realizing just now, maybe they already had these powder blushes, but these are new shades, because they all say new shades, so my mistake. This one's in Bronze Beauty, so I figure, oh my gosh, it could be a blush, but it could also be a bronzer if you have, again, like a skin tone like mine. These kick up some powder, and they're not like bam in your face kind of blushes, but they're still nice. And if you're a beginner, or if you just don't want to have to worry so much about perfect placement every day when you're getting ready, like me, then I don't mind when products aren't like bam in your face pigmented, especially with bronzers and blush, because I don't always want it to be bam in your face. You know what I'm saying? So I think these are nice, not the best blushes I've tried in the world, but honestly, I feel like the drugstore doesn't have as many options for blush, and these are really nice, and I think my favorite shade is Rosy Rendezvous. A repurchase. This is the L'Oreal Lacquer Liner in Black is Black. I'd been trying I just mentioned it today, the Stila Smudge Pot. Hated it, hated it, hated it, and it was so expensive, hated it. So I went back to my old trusty L'Oreal one, and it's what I'm wearing today. It's a gel liner, it's so black, it glides on. Oh my gosh, it's just, I think it is my favorite gel liner I've ever tried, period, straight up, favorite. It's just so good at what it does. It does not move all day. It's easy to apply. I mean, it's got everything you want if you like gel or cream eyeliners. So it comes with a brush that's actually pretty good as well. I also bought the new 24 karat nudes from Maybelline. Guys, this palette sucks. I can't even sugarcoat it. It sucks. So first of all, in the store, and this was just the store, I don't think all of them are like this across, you know, everywhere it's sold, but I could not find one. There were like 15 there, and all of them had like digs, and they weren't even opened, but they had like little crumbles and like digs out of different colors. I'm like, what? All of them were like that. But, okay, let me just give you an example. This green I would expect to be like amazing. That's after doing that for like 30 seconds. So that's the swatch. Like, what? It is so hit or miss. It's not worth it. I don't care if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, but those colors are so pretty. That's how I felt too. And now I feel like a dummy because I wasted like, I don't know, $10, however much it was, on this stupid palette that sucks. It totally sucks. Maybe I should do a video just about this. Should I? Maybe I should. Just because I want to warn you, do not buy it. So let's hop back to Revlon, and then we've got a bunch more Maybelline stuff. So Revlon came out with their new Colorstay cream shadows. I put on my Snapchat swatches of these. Here's what kills me. They would seemingly be good, and the colors are beautiful. I've got a pink one in 745. I have 735, which is like a green one. I have a pretty beige champagne in 705. And then I have my favorite, this kind of like silvery, purpley color in 740. The packaging is pretty cool because you open it and it's like a normal, just like the color tattoos are. But in the lid, you pull out and there's this little silicone brush. So if you apply it just with your finger, it's like, oh wow, that looks actually pretty nice. And then you swipe it on, you're like, like it's not horrible, but it's not great. But when you get the brush involved, and you like, oh my gosh, it's like night and day. Look at the difference between the two. The one with the brush is so much more rich in pigment versus that. Now, of course, that makes sense because our fingers tend to kind of shear things out, and kind of it mixes with it. The heat of our fingers mixes with it, things like that. But now the only thing is I feel like this brush is going to get gross really quickly as I'm just sliding it in and out of there. You know what I mean? If you saw a shade in this range that you were like, oh my gosh, they don't have that in the color tattoo and I love it, I would say buy it. But do you need 4 of them? No. Next thing I picked up from Maybelline are their Master Camo little 6-pan things. It's their color correcting kit. So I got the one in light, and you can see it's got, you know, all kinds of different shades. It even has a green. And then this one is actually a highlight right here. And then I also got the one in medium just because I wanted to see it. I almost didn't. I thought, no, because I want to be able to show that to you guys. So looking at them side by side, if you were kind of deciding which to get, there's no green in the medium one. And there's still a highlight, but the highlight is a little bit deeper than this one. So, I mean, but honestly, it looks like some of the shades are almost identical. Like the yellows are really close. And some of the top shade, I mean, they're a little bit lighter in the light, but some of them are kind of identical. So one side, so like in this one, the green and the yellow, it says it's for correcting. And they're pretty, I have to admit, they're pretty creamy. So there's kind of the swatches of them there in that awkward spot over there. The next ones say conceal. So there's like a lighter and a little bit deeper of one. These really are creamy. You're not going to be able to see those as well because they're starting to blend into my skin, which I guess is a good thing. And then these both, okay, so the last row or column here, both say highlight. Oh yeah, they both are kind of, but one of them is definitely more shimmery than the other. So Jessica, why are you swatching over here? There they are. This is the shimmery one on the bottom. It is nice and shimmery. The only thing is, it's going to be difficult for me to, like if I want to kind of highlight, I use a bigger brush for a cream highlight. It's going to be hard for me to get only that. So, I mean, again, that's a kind of silly problem, but it is one that I think about. It comes with this brush that kind of feels okay. And maybe one side of it's a little fluffier. Maybe I could use that for highlight. Let's just try some. I mean, it added some highlight. You could get the tip of your nose. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of one of those things that the idea of it is great, and if you genuinely have a need for this kind of stuff, then buy it, because it feels really creamy. I don't know about the staying power, but this is one of those things that, you know, if you don't see yourself ever using it, then you don't need it. If you genuinely use things like this all the time, then you'll probably really like it. And I like that there's that range of different options, and I think it's kind of cool that it has the cream highlighter in it. And of course, you could use that cream highlight just for your inner corner if you wanted, all kinds of things like that. So I think there's a time and a place for this if you need it, but if you know you're never going to be reaching for products like this, then you don't need it. Does that make sense? I'm trying to help you guys not spend your money on everything. Like I've told you guys, these anti-haul videos are so fun to watch, and if you've never watched one, search it and watch, because a lot of people are doing them now, and it's just all about stuff you shouldn't buy. You don't have to go out and buy the next new thing. So I'm trying to kind of weave that into my regular videos, so you know, so you don't feel like, oh, just because it's amazing, I need to buy it. If you're not ever going to use it, don't go buy it. All right, so the next thing I bought is this Revlon Kiss Balm, and it's in like a coconut scent. It's got SPF 20, tropical coconut. It's just this clear balm. I put it on the other day when I was getting ready. It smells like a dream. It smells like, oh my gosh, it smells like that classic coconut smell that you love. That's what it smells like. Not totally a real coconut smell, but fake in a great way. Does that make sense? It's moisturizing. The thing is, anything that has SPF for me over time dries my lips out. But I thought this is such a great thing to throw in like a beach bag, or if maybe even in your purse. If you know you're outside all the time, you can protect your lips. Just toss it on. You don't need a mirror. It smells so nice. It makes your lips look kind of just a little bit glossy and balmy, but nothing too crazy. It's just comfortable. So I thought that's so cool. Good for you, Revlon, because I feel like, you know, other than their like the Colorstay balms that, or whatever they were called that they had, remember those? You know, there's just like a lip balm. A balm. Okay. So Maybelline sent me these last things. Everything else I have purchased, everything else I purchased, these last few things they sent to me, so I like to put those at the end, but I wanted to show them to you. It's so funny because when I went shopping for this stuff, for most of it, it was kind of collective, but when I was shopping for most of this stuff, the next day in the mail, I got sent these next items, and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't buy those at the store, because I saw the dream cushions, but I thought, I'll wait and maybe buy it later, but it was kind of kismet that I didn't, because they sent them to me. That was pretty cool. So these are their Dream Illuminator Correctors. Sorry, Dream Brightening Creamy Concealers. They sent me 20 light and 30 light medium. I wore 20 light, which I think could be lighter. It's almost too dark for me, kinda. I just put it on my under eye, and guys, it worked pretty well. I wore it all day at work. Now, again, is it the creamiest thing you could ever have? No. But the convenience of having it in a stick is really nice. And if you would prefer to have a concealer stick versus like a liquid one that you gotta squeeze out or squirt out or use a doe foot, then this is one of the creamiest ones I've tried. Because usually they're in that like lipstick formula. Usually they're in like a lipstick kind of a container. Have you guys seen those? And I think all the brands sell their version of it. And they're just a little bit too dry and not quite what you want. But these are actually pretty creamy. Again, they're not my favorite concealer in the world. If you already have a concealer you love, you don't need it. But if you like creamy stick concealers, then I actually think you would like it. Last thing, I think, is the Maybelline Dream Cushions. So again, they sent me 20 and 30. I haven't even opened these yet. So this is a true first impression. It's the standard cute packaging, just like all the other ones have, where it's got the, you know, little thing, and then you open it up, and then you gotta actually take this off. So it's got a sponge that is filled to the brim with product. So you take your little thing and you literally push it into that. It's covered and saturated with product, and then you just would press it into your skin. And the idea is that you're not supposed to rub it with this kind of a formula and product. It really is best applied with the sponge it comes with. That is so true. I've tried like 4 different Asian brands. I've tried pretty much every American version, and it's true for all of them. You really need to use one of these types of sponges and just press it instead of rubbing it. It does not work. It doesn't work with a brush. I mean, it is the weirdest thing, but you have to do it this way. It looks really dewy, doesn't it? Can you see how like shiny my hand looks? Again, I think this might be a little too dark for me. I mean, I could probably make it work, but just like looking at it, of course it's in the lighting that I'm in and you're not necessarily seeing what I'm seeing. But again, I might try 10 for myself. But it says our first fresh face liquid foundation in a cushion. It says press into the sponge, pat onto face, blend using small taps. Yep, that's all it says. So it just says fresh face. So it doesn't say whether it's supposed to be like matte or dewy or whatever. But I think fresh face is a good, it just looks very fresh. It's got a hint of dewiness, but not like a true dewy foundation would. And I've kind of noticed that to be true for most of these cushion type foundations. They all kind of have that same finish, which is a finish I happen to like. So these might be worth looking into. Honestly, it's very reminiscent of the L'Oreal one, so I need to give these more of a try to tell you like which drugstore one I would truly recommend. If you'd be interested in like a head-to-head battle like type of video, let me know. If you're interested in more of my drugstore videos or hauls, I will link some of my playlists below, but also subscribe because I'm always uploading things about drugstore products and high-end products and things like that. So I hope that you will. I hope you'll catch me on my social media right there on the screen, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.